In early 2026, as missiles cut across global skies, a silent event thousands of miles away has left local observers in Puri, India, unsettled. For centuries, the Jagannath Temple has maintained a strict spiritual boundary. Local belief dictates that no bird ever flies directly over its towering peak, effectively rendering the airspace above the temple a dead zone for avian life. In the first week of March 2026, during a total lunar eclipse, often called a blood moon, a predatory hawk dropped out of the sky and landed directly beside the temple's sacred flag. To the priests and locals below, this hawk represents a physical breach of an ancient boundary, triggering deep panic among those who know the temple's history. The panic is rooted in a specific chronological pattern. Exactly 7 years prior, back in early 2019, the sky featured the exact same celestial event, a total lunar eclipse. In March 2019, 2 months after that eclipse, the fabric flag tied to the temple's metal chakra inexplicably burst into flames. There was no lightning or electrical spark. The flag simply turned to ash. Within a year of that fire, a global pandemic stalled human society. By 2020, billions were confined to their homes, leaving major city streets entirely abandoned. The repeating sequence of a lunar eclipse followed by a temple anomaly suggests that, much like in 2019, the world is now positioned on the edge of a massive disruption. That disruption is already manifesting in the Middle East, where military tensions between Iran, Israel, and the United States have reached a breaking point. Iranian leadership has largely abandoned the goal of a direct military victory, pivoting instead toward a strategy of asymmetric economic warfare designed to cripple the West. The strategy relies on utilizing low-cost drones to target oil infrastructure and threatening to close the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway handles 20% of global oil. Closing it can drive prices to $200 a barrel. At $200, global supply chains buckle. The resulting hyperinflation is designed to trigger mass societal unrest and domestic riots, forcing a U.S. geopolitical retreat. The chaos predicted by the temple observers aligns with this highly calculated mathematical strategy currently unfolding on the global stage. These warnings are echoed in the Bhavishya Malika, a 600-year-old prophecy detailing the end of the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is the current epoch in Hindu cosmology, defined by conflict and moral decline. The manuscript provides explicit signs for the era's climax, including the breakdown of social order and predatory birds taking up residence on sacred monuments. Many believers interpret the hawk as an incarnation of Garuda, the mythical eagle mount of Lord Vishnu. His appearance signals the awakening of the protector deity, Kalki, to address the rising chaos. Whether interpreted through the lens of destruction or divine protection, both prophetic paths indicate that an imminent, massive paradigm shift is unavoidable. Outside of mysticism, researchers are attempting to explain how a biological organism breached the temple's restricted airspace using electromagnetic science. One hypothesis suggests that the temple's massive metal chakra and unique architecture generate a localized magnetic field. This aura likely repels the internal biological compasses birds use for navigation. In early 2026, the sun released extreme solar flares, sending waves of energy that battered the Earth's magnetosphere. This influx of solar energy hit the temple's magnetic shield, briefly warping the field and opening a gap just large enough for the hawk to land. Science and prophecy are identifying this same event from different angles. An invisible barrier protecting humanity has been compromised by cosmic forces. The engineered economic war, the ancient manuscripts, and the solar anomalies all point toward a fundamental global shift that is already underway. This convergence is best understood through the Sanatan concept of Yuga Sandhi, the turbulent transition phase between two eras. Like a forest fire that clears the way for new growth, this pandemic of 2019 and the 2026 economic crisis serve as evolutionary bottlenecks, forcing humanity to move away from systems that are no longer viable. Ancient texts emphasize that surviving this transition depends on internal resilience, patience, and truth, rather than the accumulation of material goods. The hawk on the temple peak serves as a cosmic alarm clock. It signals that while the outside chaos is inevitable, internal preparation is the only way to navigate the transition into a new global reality.